just like to talk a little bit about polishing and cleaning equipment. First thing we've got in front of us here, bench grinder. Okay, just a normal 8-inch bench grinder. Used to have 2 of these wheels on the sides, 2 of the stone wheels, but I've taken one housing off on the wheel and put an extended spindle with non-woven mops. Get these from Heritage Abrasives. These are like gold. You cannot get a better thing for polishing in the UK, so cheap. So these things. And then this spindle here just unscrews, and I've got a coarse mop on at the minute, then put a medium mop on, and finally a fine mop, and I'll be done. Stone grinding wheel's great for taking off big lumps. These are good for doing the polishing, but they won't take out nicks and dings, and they won't take out the flat spots from planishing. So for the first pass over polish, I use an angle grinder with 125 grit flap disc on it. Now these flap discs are just cheap ones I bought off eBay. Do the job. We're not having to polish high surfaces, large surfaces. We're not having to polish them to a high finish. Just my first stage polishing to take the oxides off and the even out with the flat spots for planishing. This is another fantastic tool. This is a Black & Decker power file. See, it's got a 13mm wide belt on it that I can poke into the inside of the knees and clean off those welds that I've made. This is a multi-step process, which is like all of these things is worthwhile doing carefully. Now I'm going to start off by just grinding down the extra weld metal that's on the front of this knee cop, and then I'm going to use the bench grinder for that. Now obviously I've got to be quite careful because this is an aggressive grinder and I don't want to be taking too much metal off. So I'm going to take this near to the surface level of the smoother bit of metal you can see there. Then I'll move on to using the angle grinder. So this is the first stage completed. I'm going to move on to using the angle grinder with a flap disc on it to clean up. But we're going to start using the polishing mops on the side of the bench grinder. Now, this is a great tool, but it is really dangerous. As you can see, it's completely unguarded. So technically I can touch my bit of work on it anywhere, but it spins in this direction. Okay, so it's spinning towards me. Now what this tends to do is if you catch an edge on it, it will catch that edge and fling this at high speed. Now if that is sharp or hot or some combination of the above, there's a serious potential for injury for yourself. So the trick with these things is you always put your piece on below the 3 o'clock line, and in that way what you're actually doing is touching it on the thing as it goes backwards. So if it does catch an edge, then basically it goes that way into the bench rather than into you. There is an amusing story about a young apprentice polishing a large bassinet and ejected it into his nether regions, not once but twice in one session, until his workshop owner took it off him and made him go and do something else. So, safety tip. Now when I'm actually using the polishing mops, what I'll be doing, I'll have gloves and ears on and eye protection, is I'm gently just moving this backwards and forwards, because the action of the polishing mop depends on the rotation speed and the contact time with the metal. So if I'm moving it backwards and forwards like this, it's not really doing anything. So a nice gentle backwards and forwards, stop and have a look is the correct techniques.